An interesting thing about practicing that I learned recently was after we had a death in our family, and it was a very sudden, unexpected death of a young cousin of mine. And I was asked to play at the funeral, and it was very quick. And I was asked to play an arrangement of a piece that I had performed before, but did not have a lot of time to practice with an accompanist that I just kind of happened to find. I had never met before. We only had a couple of days to pull this musical number together, and so I sent the accompanist the music, sent her some recordings of the way that I wanted it interpreted, and I really did not have time to run through it on my own before I met with her, which was an hour before the funeral started. And I had a 5-hour car ride, and I thought, how am I going to make this happen? How am I going to make this sound beautiful for this family and all of these people that I love so dearly that are grieving? And I had a lot to do before I left, and I just did not have the time to dedicate to this piece that I really wanted to. So what I ended up doing was putting the audio for it from a recording that I knew I really liked. I put it on my car on repeat, and I listened to it for hours as I drove, and pretended that I had my viola there, and I was fingering along and singing the part. And I really didn't want to use sheet music if I didn't have to. I wanted to just be able to play from my heart and not be distracted by the sheet music. So I got there 1 hour before the funeral started, and we ran through this piece, and it ended up going together seamlessly. And we needed 2 run-throughs, and I obviously it would have been great if we had more time. I'm the type of person that likes to practice a lot, but we just didn't have the time. People had started coming into the room, and I thought this is going to be as good as it gets, and it ended up being really good, actually, all things considered. And I remember just thinking, that came together so fast. How did that happen? And I think it really was being able to internalize it before I got there, being able to really make sure that I had it in my fingers and in my head before I even touched the instrument. I don't think it can be understated how important it is to listen and internalize a piece of music before you even learn it or before you play it. And that was my experience. It's obviously not ideal to go into a performance not having time to practice, but there are going to be occasions in our lives when that happens to us. And so I think the important thing is to prepare as much as you can in the ways that you can, and somehow you make up the rest. And I saw that happen, and it was a very special and touching experience to be able to have that happen for me. So listen to your music, and once it's in your head, it can come out through your fingers in a very remarkable way.